So the next one we have is our hair. And there's several different ways to do hair. And we can get really in depth on how to do hair and the different styles of hair. But what we're going to do today is just kind of basic. Okay. So what you don't want to do when drawing hair is do it like one solid flat mass, right? A lot of the time students start and they want to do every single little strand on the hair and it looks like this big blob. Okay, well, what I really want to do is kind of do, again, feathering lines. So feathering is lifting your pencil as you draw. So one end is kind of flat and the other end is kind of pointed, not these kinds of lines where they have a very flat edge on both sides. Okay, and then I want to make sure that I'm leaving spaces, so in between the lines. So she's got nice, straight, lots of volume in this hair. Down, maybe underneath her neck. Here on the back side, it's a little bit darker. Give her some bangs. Swoosh them over the side, maybe. Okay, very basic hair, but you can see the different highlights and dark lights, low lights, highlights and low lights within her hair. Okay, so same concept. If you want straight hair, you would do straight lines. If you want wavy hair, right, we're going to do wavy lines. And again, we're leaving spaces in between the hair. You know, if you want her to have curly hair, you would do a bunch of curly lines. Curly Sue look here. So you would do curly lines for hair. Okay. Same concept with eyebrows. You don't want super dark pencil lines. You just kind of do some little textured lines for the eyebrows. These are kind of uneven, but you get the idea. Okay, small space. If they're bald or a shaved head, you might put some stippling marks in here for the side of his head, you know. Stick with the direction of where the hair is going. So maybe this person has like a mohawk. So we're just going to kind of flare it up here. Leaving space in between my lines so that it's not super dark, you know. Here, you could do facial hair. So let's say this is my mouth. I want to give this person a mustache. I'm going to leave spacing in between my lines. Give him a beard. Nice full beard. Okay, so you can kind of change the hair. You just want to make sure that whenever you're doing hair, you're leaving spaces in between it. You don't want it to be super massive like this. Now, when you get into the upper levels in art, then we'll go a little more into detail on how to really do a lot of detail within some of the hair to begin with. But to start with, this is where we're at. Okay, so again, because that eyebrows here are pretty bad, you can't really see what's happening. But if I'm doing eyebrows on a larger picture, then I want to think about the direction that the hair grows in. And again, I don't want it to be a solid mass. So I'm just going to kind of like start with some lines and then gradually build it into the direction that my eyebrows are going in. Okay, if it was on a larger image. But you can still see that there's spacing in between the lines. You know, a man's eyebrows might be thicker and more rectangular. So I'm going to have my lines go this way. And they're just going to be a little fuller. So I'm going to have fuller lines within there. Still keeping it in the same direction. Okay.